One game that I've avoided for years is Castlevania on the NES, and now I've built up the confidence to tackle this game myself. But is it any good? Let's have a little look. For years I've watched people play this game, heard people talk about it, and seen new versions come out on different platforms. I finally took the plunge and bought Castlevania Collection for the PS4, and eventually for the Nintendo Switch, and that's the console I'll be playing this on. You play as Simon Belmont, a descendant of Christopher Belmont, who put Dracula to rest. After the villagers resurrect Dracula 100 years later, Simon takes the vampire killer whip and sets out to destroy him once again. There are 6 stages to the game, and you begin in the grounds of Dracula's castle, where you'll be confronted by many different creatures. You're armed with a whip that can be upgraded by collecting a power-up. These power-ups can be found in candles throughout the game, and they hide other items such as hearts, which will add to your sub-weapon power, bags of money, sub-weapons, and other bonuses. Sub-weapons can be used to defeat enemies quicker, like the knife, which can travel the distance of the screen, the axe, which moves in an arc and can be useful to kill enemies on a higher platform than you, or below, as well as a stopwatch which temporarily freezes time, giving you the opportunity to avoid or attack enemies. There are many enemies to deal with and hazards too. Stairs are the main building blocks to this game, and you'll need to know how to work your way up or down these without making silly little mistakes. Every stage has a boss to defeat, and their energy bar will show below yours. Having the right sub-weapon can become a huge advantage in defeating them quickly. But is this game any good? I'm taking out the factor of difficulty here, and I'm saying it's an excellent game. Just the cover art alone draws you in, and the classic Castlevania font just sets it off. The story may not be an original idea, but it's perfect for a video game. The graphics are excellent for an 8-bit game, and they do the best to make it look as creepy as possible. The sound effects are nice, but it's the music that tops it off. It's a classic soundtrack, and at least one track will stay in your head. The gameplay itself is very good, but also very challenging. You'll be attacked from all directions at some point, and memorising everything is what's going to get you to the end. You need to know the path and movements of every enemy, and where they are going to come from. Failing this will result in health loss, and ultimately death.
Happiness is a cigar called Hamlet, the mild cigar.
You also need to factor in where you will land if you get hit. Taking an unexpected hit from an enemy will knock you backward, which is fine on flat ground, but if you get hit on a platform, chances are you're going to go over the edge. The stairs aren't challenging in themselves, but if you don't press the right direction when descending, then you're going to fall straight down and die. I'm not going to feed you a load of crap and say I made it quite far through the game without the use of save states. Every time I cleared a screen, I'd save my position as I knew the next screen would catch me out with something. If I played it on the NES, then I'd be done within the first few screens. But even saving all the time, I still enjoyed it. I do wish this game wasn't as difficult as it is, but that's just the way they made these games years ago, just like Ghosts and Goblins. And if you play the Japanese version, then you get the easy mode option. Plus, you don't get knocked back when you get hit, which is a huge saviour. With a cheap deaths and insane difficulty, but high replay value, great sound and graphics, I give this game an 85%. Thanks for watching. If for some strange reason you like my videos, please consider subscribing so I don't feel so unpopular. Do you know what I mean?